Hello, and welcome to Fear Street. I'm your host, Jackula, bringing you the scariest stories on YouTube. Friday the 13th. It's not an actual holiday, like Halloween. It's one of those pseudo-holidays, like President's Day. Leave it to humans to come up with some pointless day to celebrate. Why celebrate when you can kill? Sorry. Anyway, Friday the 13th. Is it just a day? Or is it something far more sinister? Find out tonight, only on Fear Street, where nightmares come alive.
Growing up, Friday the 13th was a big deal around my house. My mom would take my big sis, little bro, and I to the store to get Ritz crackers, a block of cheese, and a roll of summer sausage. You know, the kind with 10 tons of salt and all those preservatives. Yeah, that's the one. She'd take us to get those, and then we'd come home and wait for the Friday the 13th marathon to come on so we could watch from start to finish and stuff our faces with junk food all day. It was like a weird family tradition, but one that we loved and always looked forward to, with the exception of one thing. My bro and sis would always fall asleep in the middle of the marathon, and I'd be the last one in the house awake. Now, that may not seem like a big deal, but I can assure you, watching a Friday the 13th marathon alone at night as a kid is a truly terrifying experience. And unbeknownst to me, this particular Friday the 13th would turn out to be an experience I'd never forget. My bro, sis, and I were enjoying ourselves as usual, laying in pallets we'd made on the floor. We watched the first movie, then the second, third, fourth, and on the fifth, in typical fashion, my brother fell asleep. To me, the best movies in the series at the time were parts 6, 7, and 8. So there wasn't a chance I was going to fall asleep and miss those. But during part 6, my sister fell asleep too. The only other person in the house was my mom, and she was sleeping too. So I was terrified. I'm talking constantly looking over my shoulder, can't even think straight, terrified. It was late, almost midnight, and all the lights in the house were out. I had my blanket pulled up to my ears, but I was so thirsty, and I had to pee. I thought to myself, if I run, maybe Jason won't catch me. So after what seemed like an eternity, when I finally couldn't hold it for another second, I sprinted to the bathroom like a spooked deer. All clear. But then I was too scared to run to the kitchen. I tiptoed slowly, making my way through the hallway that led to the living room, and then into the kitchen, head on a swivel the entire time. It was so dark, but I couldn't turn on the light, or my mom would have killed me for wasting electricity. Being so far away from the TV, the kitchen was even darker. I kept thinking I saw movement out of my peripheral vision, but when I'd turn to look, I'd see only darkness. But I could feel something in the kitchen with me, like the very presence of fear itself. When you feel it strongly enough, it's tangible. But I managed to get myself together and pour myself some juice. I was walking back to the living room And as I did, for some reason, this particularly dark corner of the kitchen caught my attention. I could swear something was there, something powerful. I should have run back to the couch, but I was hypnotized by fear. With bated breath, I stared into the blackness. My heart raced. Wham! Something huge jumped onto my chest, sending me and my drink crashing down to the floor. It began tearing at my throat viciously, but I couldn't see it. It was as black as the night itself. I could feel the strength leaving my body rapidly, and I faded out. When I woke, I was disoriented. I realized that I was on the couch, and as far as I could tell, I was alive. I let out a huge sigh of relief. That was the most realistic nightmare I've ever had, kept echoing in my brain. I was happy to be alive, but damn, I had to ease up on the horror movies. A few hours later, my mom got home and started making dinner. She told me for the millionth time to stop falling asleep with the TV on. "I'm sorry, Mom." "I know," I told her. Then she said, "Oh yeah, who spilled juice and just left it on the floor?" I gasped. "Oh shit!"